it's like a theological thing, right? Okay, the thing is, right? These vapes, okay? They're saying it's killing these people, right? Okay. Vapes has been out for like 6 years. Okay? Or actually longer than that. But the main big vapes has been out for over 6 years. Okay? Now, if they was gonna kill somebody, and if they was worser than cigarettes, right? They would have done fucked up somebody's lung by now. You see what I'm saying? And if you go on YouTube, there is an actual doctor, a cardiac doctor, which is a heart doctor, and he runs his own vape shop. And he says they are 20 times better for you than a typical regular cigarette. He said that the vape cigarettes.
Enemy recon aircraft observed.
Okay, he's put someone that smokes cigarettes, right? Regular typical cigarette and a vape cigarette. Okay? And the one, and he did a heart cath on both of them, right? And checked their lungs, and because see, a heart doctor can check your lungs and all that. And the one that vapes, his lungs was open. But see, the reason why another reason why they're saying that vapes are bad, because the cigarette the tobacco companies are losing all kinds of money. All kinds. And they want that money back. So they want to ban cigarettes. You see what I'm saying? I mean, vapes. Yes. God, I hate this map.
Enemy recon aircraft observed. Nailed him. Gustav, front deck.
Yeah. But really, they can't really predict that, right? Because a vape, right, does not, there's no testing. There's no testing on a human body for a vape. You see what I'm saying? Because that liquid is not a drug. It's actually food. You eat that every day. It's glycerin. Vegetable glycerin is what it is.
Our advance failed. Pull back to the MLR.
And then that study and that doctor, right? That was back in 2017 or 18. And I think I typed in is vapes bad for you? Bad to the human body? Is vaping bad to the human body? Just like, okay, vaping, right? Just like vaping. First time first, okay, when they first came out, that's the first thing everybody said. The doctors, I mean the government, not doctors, but the government said popcorn lung. Okay, no. Because smoking a typical cigarette puts moisture in your lungs too. Any type of smoke puts moisture in your lungs. Yeah. I'm smoking. I'm smoking. About what? What about them? What do you mean they'll have to say something about them? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, they're going to downgrade them no matter what. Okay, like well, when they first hit the streets and everybody started using them. Okay, these vapors, these e-cigs, have stopped a lot of people from smoking a typical cigarette, and then they just stopped, and then they weaned themselves off of. They went from a little bit of nicotine to zero nicotine. See, you can vape with nicotine, or you can vape without nicotine. You see what I'm saying? And yeah, don't get me wrong, nicotine is the addictive drug that fucks everybody up. But in a vape, the nicotine in a vape is the only thing that's addictive. Because, like, I mean, okay, a typical cigarette, when you smoke a cigarette, you're getting all the extra chemicals, the rat poisoning, you're getting the pesticides. Okay, now vape, you don't get that. Oh, if you want nicotine, that's the only addictive drug in a vape, is if you pick the nicotine. You don't get all the extra tar and all that stuff. It's clean. It's all it is a okay. Okay, they're saying, okay, vape is a vape. It's a burnt. It's like a fog machine, more or less. Okay, that's all it is. It's a water vapor. Okay, when you take a hot shower, what are you doing in the shower? You're inhaling that vapor. So, for them to say that, they're not looking at that. You see what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, there'd be a lot of people dead from inhaling the steam and the vapors from the shower, because that puts off steam. You see, in water, it's a water vapor. See what I'm saying? It gets so hot and it smokes. Yeah, because see, look, when they first came out, right? When the vapes first got the big vapes and where you can buy the bottles of liquid, okay, everybody was quitting. Everybody liked the vape because it's a safer way. Okay, now when everybody started going from tobacco, your typical tobacco, to your vaping community, then your tobacco companies are getting mad and they're jealous because they're not getting that money. So what do? Every state has they regulated the liquids, okay, and where you have to these vape shops in like Terre Haute, they got to spend $1,000 for a license to produce liquid from a certain company. Indiana has, I think it's like 5 to 10 license that they go through, 5 or 10 different companies that they get their e-liquid from. And it's $1,000 per license, per bottle, per company. So that's $10,000 they're spending out, okay? But a vapor, because you got to remember, when you're vaping, a cigarette is almost $7 a pack just for the cigarettes. That's all you got to buy. Now, when you start vaping, you got to spend at least $100 to $150 or $60. No, I say $69 to $400 for a vape, for just a box. That's not counting your liquid. That's not counting your coils. So your liquids, the cheapest bottle of liquid is $15 for a small bottle, okay? And then a big bottle is $40 for 120 ml, a bottle of liquid. That's a lot of money, a lot of equity, you know what I'm saying, into that vaping community where they're making millions and millions, and they're what it is, they're afraid they're going to put the tobacco company out of business because they're making millions and nobody's going to be smoking further on down the years because of the vape. So they're blaming the vaping community and they're blaming the vapes because of killing people, but it's not really that. Because if that's the case, when you take a hot shower, that water vapor is going to kill you just like a vape would. All right. Yep. Yep. And when you're standing there, you're inhaling all that vape. You see what I'm saying? All that water vapor. And that's just that's all the vape is a water vapor. Now, if you want the nicotine chemical, that's a different story. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it raises your heart rate and whatever. That messes with your heart. But that's not the community's decision. That's the consumer's decision. You see what I'm saying? And see, they started doing THC in vapes. You know what I'm saying? And that's where people's getting mixed up at. See, they have never done a study on THC in a vapor. They have never done it. They just threw a THC in a tank, in an atomizer, and put it on a stick and sold it. They have never done it. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And that's exactly why. That is really. Yes. Yes. It's a cheaper way of buying it from the stores. Because see, vegetable glycerin and there's 2 ingredients in a vape. There's glycerin and vegetable glycerin. Both of them things you eat every day. It's in your food. Okay? Now, when you add the nicotine, that falls back on the consumer. Because you have an option to get a bottle of liquid with no nicotine in it. That's the consumer's issue. Not, and the vape stores, they don't manufacture it in their store. They have to pay $1,000 per license to go through that, to go through like certain companies, like State of Indiana. They can only order certain different liquids. Every state has it's regulated. Before, when they first got released, you can buy them anywhere, order them offline, or whatever you want to do. But it's awful funny though. The vaping community, all of a sudden, after 6, 7 years, people's dying over it now. All of a sudden. I don't understand that, because you can get sick if it's going to take that long. Why didn't it happen before? You see what I'm saying? And a vape is a water vape. Bud. Like I was telling Denny. Okay. A vape, right, is a water vapor. It's a water vapor. Once it burns, once it hits that coil, and that coil ignites that liquid, it turns into a water vapor. Okay? And then, so what's the difference when you go take a hot ass shower and you steam up that bathroom? That's a water vapor. So if that's the case, that would kill you too. So for them to blame it on the vaping community, that's just they're blaming that. They're blaming it on that because tobacco companies are losing money. Yep. I vape now. I vape and smoke. But I'm going to try to wake up. Look, okay, I'll be honest. I quit for a year and 3 months when I was on a vape. Right? I got fat. I breathe a lot better. But look,
Hardcore team deathmatch.
I breathe a lot better when I quit. I didn't get sick as easy.
Mission begins now.
Matter of fact, when I was vaping for that whole year, I didn't get sick at all. Matter of fact, I might have caught the flu one time, but that was about it. And it was just over in like 3-4 hours. I swear, and it wasn't no 24-hour bug or nothing like that.
We have the lead.
Oh, beta? You used to beta? Uh-huh. See, that's how this one right here is. If you go to slide, it lays you down. Motherfucker, come on. And I forgot I was on my YouTube channel, but it's the truth. The government wants to regulate everything. I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. Yes, I am. I don't give a fuck. I have this. It's my constitution and my right to have freedom of speech, and I have my freedom of speech right now, right here, right now. I don't care what anybody thinks. They cannot take that away from me. Come on, man.
Enemy recon aircraft observed.
Damn it. Why did you run out in front of me, dumbass?
We have fire superiority.
Finally a kill. It didn't reckon. Oh, yeah, it did.
We need reinforcements.
They're flanking through the hallway.
Come on, you camping little bitch. What the fuck? How do they got a fucking... I don't know.
Enemy bomb incoming. Get to cover.
Son of a bitch.
Enemy recon aircraft observed.
Huh?
Throwing stun grenade.
Yeah.
Shit, he's hit. Tossing stun grenade.
Our team? Ah, you bitch.
Enemy recon aircraft observed. Enemy care package observed. Stop there and resupply. Enemy counter recon aircraft observed. Perfect shot. We have fire superiority.
Yeah. This one's I do pretty good with this one. So what do you think I should do, Buckshot? Delete this one and then redo it again?
Crossing the courtyard.
My video? What do you think? You think I'm gonna get in trouble?
Strafing run inbound.
Damn it.
Third fencing down the street.
On me? You can barely hear my voice? Oh, Bubs.
Over there, movement! A-zone bomb mission underway. We're being outmaneuvered.
Oh, I bet it is.